It's update time here at the Voice of College Football. We appreciate you being here and for your loyal support. We want to get you caught up for what is going to be a huge season here at the Voice of College Football. We are streamlining our operation, and we want to make sure that you can find your favorite shows, programs, and hosts right here at the Voice of College Football. Let's get right to it with a channel update. These will be the channels at the Voice of College Football starting September 1st. In the Big Ten, Ohio State, Michigan, Iowa, Nebraska, and Wisconsin. Over in the Pac-12, what is left of the Pac-12 and soon to be Big Ten schools, but for the 2023 season in the Pac Conference, USC and Oregon. In the ACC, we will continue to operate channels featuring Clemson, Florida State, Miami, and Virginia Tech. We also have out of the Big 12, West Virginia, and then also independent Notre Dame. Keep in mind, you did not see Texas, you did not see Oklahoma due to some contractual situations. We are no longer operating an Oklahoma channel or a Texas channel. However, the Oklahoma show will continue. We'll get to that and those details in just a second. But in place of Oklahoma and Texas, we are starting a Big 12 channel. We have just launched it. We need you to subscribe. Please check out our offerings there on the Big 12 as we will be all over the Big 12. We're excited to start this channel because with all the incoming teams to the Big 12, Arizona, Arizona State, also Colorado and Utah, that's in 2024, and then the 4 new additions here in 2023. Exciting times for the Big 12 and for Big 12 fans, and we are going to be all over it here at the Voice of College Football. We've already stocked that channel with a number of videos that you can partake of. And so check it out. We have left the link in the comment section below. The Big 12 channel has launched, so please subscribe. Also, our SEC coverage will be better than ever despite losing some SEC channels. And again, this is a restructuring that does not need any explanation here, but we will no longer have the Alabama, LSU, Auburn, Texas A&M, Georgia, Tennessee, Florida, and South Carolina channels. Here at the Voice of College Football, we have launched an SEC channel. We are not going to be covering the SEC any less. We will be covering the SEC better and more. So we have an SEC channel. Again, the channel links down in the comments section below, so please subscribe to our SEC channel. You will find that we are going to cover the SEC as good as we ever have, and our goal is to cover the nation's best football conference as it stands right now better than ever. College football kicks off with Week 0 on August 26th, and 2 of our channels are featured. USC taking on San Jose State and Notre Dame against Navy. So keep in mind, we will have post-game shows featuring the Irish and featuring the Trojans. And here is our complete post-game show lineup here at the Voice of College Football for the 2023 season. First of all, we do have a Michigan post-game as well as Nebraska, Penn State, and Iowa in the Big Ten. Our Michigan coverage features our hosts, John D'Adamo and Dre Artis. For Nebraska, we welcome Justin Adams to the team. He will host our Huskers post-game, starting with the Minnesota game on August 31st, that Thursday night. Penn State and Tim Aiden of Black Shoe Diaries. Tim comes back for another season covering Penn State football, and our Penn State post-game as the Nittany Lions look to have a huge 2023 season. And, of course, for the Iowa Hawkeyes, it's Corey Bratta from the Hawkeye of the Storm hosting our Iowa post-game along with Coach Don Patterson. Of course, there is no future of the Pac Conference, but for 2023, it should be a mighty interesting final season for a historic conference, and we've got 2 of our main channels to offer, and 2 of the Pac-12 contenders in Oregon and USC, and of course our USC post-game hosted by Tim, Tony, and Rick, and then Oregon featuring Exploring with Ben over on the Oregon channel. So of course you can find the post-game for all these teams on their team-specific channels. If we do not have a team-specific channel for that particular team, well, you can find that post-game. So for example, Penn State right here on the national channel. Out of the Big 12 for this season, Texas, Oklahoma, and West Virginia post-game, courtesy Matthew Miller, who also hosts our Texas Tuesdays right here at the Voice of College Football. So join Matthew for Texas post-game. Oklahoma post-game brought to you by Jason Ray, who also hosts our Sooner Tailgate show. And then West Virginia post-game with Country Roads webcast. We welcome them back for a second season. In the SEC, we've got the best covered in Alabama, Georgia, and Tennessee. Our Alabama coverage, again, hosted by Zach Ramelius, joined by Christian Ballard, Ballard Sports Media for Bama Post Game, Georgia and Mayhem Matthew, and then Tennessee and TriStar hosting our Vols post game coverage. We've done very well to secure the ACC and the post game in the Atlantic Coast Conference, starting at the top with the Clemson Tigers. And of course, Jordan Bowman and Tiger Paw Craven as they host their Clemson show on Thursday night, and also Clemson post-game after every Tigers game, starting with the Duke opening weekend game. Florida State hosted by George of Renegade Report, and we welcome George to the team, as well as Brennan, Alex, and Slim Shady. They're back at it, hosting Miami post-game as the Canes try to improve from 5-7 last season. We had Georgia Tech post-game. How about that? Featuring Sea Dog. And for Virginia Tech, it's pre-game, not post-game, with Hokie House simulcast, courtesy our guy Paul Van Wagner and Mike McDaniel with ESPN Blacksburg. So again, for Virginia Tech, get up early, join the Hokies pre-game show, Hokie House with Paul and Mike. And let's not forget the independent Notre Dame and the two Irish brothers who will be hosting Notre Dame postgame right here on the national channel and simulcasted over on the Notre Dame channel as well. Are we missing your favorite team? It's not too late. We've got just about 3 weeks till the season starts. If you are capable of hosting a postgame show, or you know of someone who would be a great postgame host, please contact me at markrogerstv@gmail.com. No team is off the board if they play FBS football. We will host any post game as long as we've got somebody that knows the team, knows football, and is going to show up and be reliable and can communicate with the audience. So we welcome all post game hosts. So please hit us up at markrogerstv@gmail.com, whether that's for you or somebody you know who will be capable of hosting a post game show and do a bang-up job for us here at the Voice of College Football. We are excited to deliver post-game here for the 2023 season, but one of the great staples here at the Voice of College Football 24/7, 365 throughout a long off-season is, of course, the weekly live streams that we provide here at the Voice of College Football, starting every Sunday with Trojan Conquest Live with Tim and with Rick, and that comes your way every Sunday night over on the USC channel at 9 Eastern Time. Also, College Football After Dark is back this season in just a couple weeks, hosted by Exploring with Ben at 10 o'clock Eastern Time on the national channel. Then we take you into Monday's coverage, Big Ten Live Show, 6 o'clock Eastern Time on the main channel, and USC Lives, of course, on our Trojans channel at 11 Eastern Time, featuring the analysis of Matt Zemek of Trojans Wire. On Tuesday, it's Iowa, Nebraska, and Texas Tuesdays on Tuesday. Corey, Brada, and myself co-host the Iowa Hawkeye Show on Tuesday, 5:30 Eastern Time on the Iowa channel. Then we've got Greg Peterson and myself for Nebraska Live at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. Texas Tuesdays is handled by Matthew Miller, the host, right here on the national channel at 7:30 Eastern Time. Wednesdays are always huge here at the Voice of College Football, and that won't stop once the season starts, starting with Ohio State Live each and every Wednesday, one of our great shows at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, featuring three of the best with Kevin Noon, Tony Gerdeman, and, of course, Steve Hellwagon, the Ohio State writers. Sometimes that show needs to float. We're organizing 4 schedules, and, of course, they go to Buckeye practice on a regular basis, so sometimes that's got to float, but you can catch it each and every week. We haven't missed a week in over 4 years for Ohio State Live. Oklahoma Live at 12:30 Eastern Time, and we are putting that together as well with some new contributors. So be on the lookout for that on the Oklahoma channel. That will continue even though we no longer have the Oklahoma channel. That will be running on SG1 Sports Oklahoma and also simulcasting on the SEC channel, our Oklahoma edition that comes your way each Wednesday, as well as the big trifecta in the evening. Michigan Live with John D'Adamo at 5 Eastern Time on the Michigan channel. Florida State Live hosted by yours truly at 6 Eastern. Miami Live at 7 o'clock Eastern Time with Cam Underwood from State of the U. And, of course, our Florida State guys are tremendous. Chris Frazier from Spear Addicts. James Coleman as well from Sports Den Media. And a new addition to our Wednesday lineup, West Virginia Live, starring Rush and Ryan. Time to be determined there. So West Virginia Live will be moving to Wednesday each and every week during the season. Our Thursday here at the Voice of College Football is highlighted by Jordan Bowman and Tiger Paw Craven hosting Clemson, the All-In Show at 7 o'clock Eastern Time on the Clemson channel. Friday, it's Sooner Tailgate Live, 4 o'clock Eastern Time with Jason Ray. That show just started up about 6 weeks ago. It's been doing great on Fridays on the OU channel. And again, we will continue to simulcast as we no longer have an Oklahoma channel, but the SEC channel and the main channel as well. Monday through Thursday, don't forget, we got Wolfman's Call starring Dale Wolfley, former West Virginia offensive lineman, hosting that show Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 4 o'clock Eastern Time. And let's add it this season, Oregon Live. That's coming your way, to be announced in regards to day and time with our host Exploring with Ben. And with all that, folks, really at the core of what we do are the live stream call-in shows based on your feedback, your responses, and what you get geeked up about. And me too are the live stream call-in shows. So don't worry, those will continue even more than ever in the 2023 season. We do not have a schedule for you. We've got so many things going on. You are seeing here on full display everything that we provide on our 15 channels. So we've got a ton to work out, a lot of scheduling. So we have not worked out a schedule yet for in-season, but believe me, when there's breaking news, when there are games to talk about, we are here and we will announce a schedule within the next few weeks. And of course, our live stream call-in shows, highlighted by our big Saturday night wrap-up show where we take your comments, your questions, and respond to all the games, all the action as soon as the primetime games are off the air, approximately 11:30 Eastern Time. Love that call-in show on Saturday night. It's probably the favorite thing that we do here at the Voice of College Football. And then you know what? Guess what? As soon as you get up, you're ready for your Sunday the next week, and bam, we hit you with the top 25 that actually makes sense. And if you have not taken in a college football season with us, you're in for a treat. The top 25 that actually makes sense on your doorstep every Sunday after the big games on Saturday. All right, lock it in, be here, and we'll be here for you right here at the Voice of College Football.